What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slasher here. We are back with the Pound and Slash Marvel
people.
Media
We're
Podcast.
here.
I'm Depraved. This is Pounds.
Hello.
I am Slash, I guess.
And I'm pounding it, I guess.
Giggity. We actually got some exciting stuff for you guys today. We're going to be talking about some news.
Yep.
We are going to be talking about a certain trailer that dropped. We're going to be talking about a new mobile video game that just dropped.
Right.
We're going to be talking about the third episode of What If.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of cool things. A lot of
stuff, a lot of everything.
So we're going to try and run through these first parts as quick as we can, which isn't very quick at all. So, give us the news.
Well, we're going to go right into it. And these are just the two into one news. Marvel Studios reporting developing a first Halloween special for Disney Plus, which they're also looking for a 30-year-old, mid-30 Latino actor, which is kind of interesting.
I look Latino and I am in my mid-30s. I'm here for it.
Motherfucker was gonna say some shit. He's like, I can play that character.
I've had Latino people come up to me and just start speaking Spanish, thinking,
and you're like,
I am Latino myself. And I usually let them finish before I go, no habla español.
I can see you now with that look on your face, like, okay.
I know very little Spanish. I could be like, hola, señor.
But, and then we just did this look up too with Werewolf. I guess like that is a Marvel.
Werewolf Among Us.
Werewolf Among Us, and the whatever. What was it?
Good talk.
Good talk. Yep. And Werewolf by Night. That's that. Like we looked at Werewolf Among Us, but Werewolf by Night also was a Marvel comic book overall in itself.
Werewolf by Night was the one I was thinking of. I mixed the two titles together.
But what do you think about that, man? Like, we're going to get monsters.
It was only a matter of time.
I knew it was coming, but I'm like, yo, I'm kind of...
There's tons of monsters in the Marvel universe.
But we about to get some real fucking... Bro, I'm hyped as shit. I'm like,
yeah,
yo.
but how long do you think it's actually going to be?
Well, if it's a special, I say one episode.
Yeah, but how long do you think it's going to be?
An hour.
I don't even think it'll be that.
Really?
The last special we got was a Simpsons special.
Listen here.
It was 4 minutes.
We don't talk about that shit. We do not talk about that shit. That shit was garbage. Oh, I'm Homer or I'm Bart, and then commercials, and then that looks cool. Oh, that looks cool.
Game over.
Right. The next one we also got is some leak. There is literally some leaked photos of Doctor Strange 2 showing MCU's first X-Men character, and it shows him in a danger room fighting it. We don't know the first X-Men character. Well, which character it is from a cut off, but he's actually in a danger room. And
interesting.
And this also leads to the next bit of news showing that rumored, and this is rumored, that Hugh Jackman might make a surprise visit into Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness.
Given what that movie's going to be, I'm okay with that.
Right. And he's literally like they're trying to say it's like a danger room, but it is, and it's like literally that little screen. He's like, okay, he's ready to start doing his shit, like his magic orb shit. What's the thing with the circle?
It's just a teleportation spell.
That is teleportation spell. Hell, there you go. So I need this dude. That's it. But yeah, it's pretty interesting to see that because, and they weren't meant to leak that actually. Like those are leaks that just got out, and they're like, oh shit, now what? The next bit of news we also got is Marvel's Eternal star Baron Corbin got hospitalized after an assault.
He got his ass beat.
Yeah,
Did they ever release what caused it?
No, no, they didn't. They just said he was hospitalized weeks ago after suffering a serious facial injury, although he was later released from the hospital with no complaints were filed.
I was going to say, I remember... the article I was reading said that he was actually doing stuff from on Instagram and stuff from his hospital bed, but didn't mention anything about what was going on.
Right, and I think that's probably one of his Marvel I guess in the Marvel contract, like I guess if something were to happen, then it's like keep him hush hush because you can't just say, hey, I got my ass beat. It seems like he didn't file no complaints or were filed, so I think he may have probably started the fight. But that's just me.
It's possible.
It's possible because. I don't know, like, if I got my ass beat, I'm like, hey, bro, I'm on this. You see this? You see this fucking picture? You see this? I am on a fucking picture. You do not hit me. This is money.
And then I'd have punched you in the face.
No. And then like with Venom, I'm so sorry. Let me heal you back so I can punch you again. No. Oh.
No, I wouldn't punch people in the face for no reason.
Unless you're crazy. No, let me say.
No, if he started it, I mean, it's probably one of those things. He probably had a moment where he thought he was hotter shit than he was. If he started, I'm just saying if he started.
Yeah, if he started, because like I said, we don't know, but it seems like I don't know. But that seems kind of sketchy. There's no file complaints. But then again,
the way that kind of thing plays out, like he starts some shit thinking he's a little bigger than he is. Like he's like, hey, I'm a superhero. And it's like, all right.
Oh my god.
Let's see how super you really are.
He's you know, he's like, I'm the guy that controls people. That's my power as an Eternal. Control this fight.
What do you do halfway through getting your ass whooped? See, I made you punch me. Sorry, it's not a laughing matter until I.
No, that's not. But it's so sad. But it just makes you wonder, like, what the hell had happened?
We just don't know what happened. I'm not going to sit here and place blame, obviously, until there's some more information that comes out.
Right, because he literally, and it seems like, I guess there's so far no complaints, no nothing. He's literally like, okay, I'm just trying to just sweep this on the rug. Let's continue on with this movie, and promote the movie and whatnot. So, all right. The next thing we also got is there's behind the scenes of Dominique Ferrand, who plays Riri Williams as Ironheart on the set of Black Panther 2, which we all knew she's an MIT student, and it's got her just in her plain clothes, just in a book bag. So it's like, oh, she's in the movie. It's like, yeah, no shit. Somehow she's got in the movie. So
yeah, they're setting up for the Ironheart TV show,
right? Because Shuri and the chick who played in Walking Dead, Michonne is also cited on there.
Right.
So
no, well, the Shuri thing I think is more of a surprise for people because there were talks that she was going to get pulled off.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's Shuri's in there.
But they kept her in, so apparently she didn't say enough for Marvel to really be pissed.
Right.
And then, I mean, I'm personally excited for Ironheart. I really am, because it's time to move on and have that new Iron Man type character in.
Because let's face it, guys, he's I know we're being a dead horse, but he's dead, guys. We got to move on.
Right.
Jesus Christ. Oh man.
But yeah, so I'm excited for that.
This is some interesting news here too.
How does that make you feel?
What did you say?
Just go.
What the fuck? You just stop so dumb with you. We're never gonna get past these news. She's trying to make me laugh right now. Black Panther 2 is also casting underwater crime two scuba divers. Hope I'm saying it right. Scuba. There it is. For a crime sequence scene in
this motherfucker's thinking Uber.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're gonna drive us underwater. It's a scuba.
And they get a flat tire. Sorry, going back to this. So it's more like we're gonna, for the good grace of God, hope we get Namor in Wakanda forever, because that's what they're casting. They're casting two scuba divers in this, I guess, crime scene underwater. I guess I don't know how this is gonna play out in Wakanda, but fuck it, this is Marvel. Fuck it, let's just roll with this shit, man.
Well, Namor, if they're going to go based off of a comic book type storyline,
right,
kind of has to start off as a bad guy.
Okay, so. Okay.
Well,
I don't know Namor's origin, so was he always bad or something?
Well, here's the thing. He's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He's a leave me alone guy. And, of course, humans...
Like Aquaman. It's like,
can't leave people alone.
Mm-mm.
That makes Namor not happy. And he fights.
And Namor's like, fuck this shit. I'm pissed off.
And for the rest of our days, we're plagued with this boring-ass character. Anyways. He talks to fish.
Oh,
what's your special power? I talk to fish.
It's Aquaman.
It is. As a matter of fact, I don't remember who copied who.
Right. It does make you wonder, like, I was going to ask you, like, did DC copy this or Marvel code? Okay.
DC has their own Thor.
Who the hell is their Thor?
It's Thor. It's just their own Thor.
Oh, Lord.
Well, the problem is Marvel can't copyright legendary deities. They've already been created. They took them themselves.
Right.
Thor was never a Marvel creation.
Right. Yeah. I mean, at the time, I didn't really know who the hell Thor was, so I started like looking into it. I was like, oh, he's.
But they don't ever focus on, like, DC doesn't ever focus on Thor. They focus more on, like, Zeus. Not Zeus. Odin.
Okay. And okay. Interesting. Okay, this next thing we got is She-Hulk Disney Plus new merch hints of Bruce Banner seeing the Marvel show.
We already knew he was in it.
Right. But there's just something called the Bruce Bar, which is like, I guess, the Hulk's little, like, where they drink and hang out as green machines. Apparently, they took that down off Instagram. Like, they were showing, like, merch of what it looks like. Because it looks like this, but it was supposed to, they had a live one, and I was
it says Bruce's Bar. You just said Bruce.
I mean, Bruce's Bar.
Bruce.
Fish or friends, not food. No, sorry. But basically, it's like them just, you know, and they said it's appearing in the comic storyline. Basically, them just hanging out. You know, you got She-Hulk, because I forgot the woman's name. Who is?
I don't remember her name. I just know her She-Hulk.
Right, and they're basically, you know, so that's good that Mark Ruffalo is getting more roles. Give them more roles. Let's have a standalone.
I learned.
What?
This is just a random fun fact.
No, man, what you got?
Which you've probably learned it too, if you've been keeping up with all the Screen Crush stuff. I never knew this, but Mark Ruffalo was the original person they wanted to go with in The Incredible Hulk for Bruce Banner.
Shit.
But the Universal passed on Mark Ruffalo and picked up Edward Norton.
And what? And why? Like,
and then Marvel went back and picked back up Mark Ruffalo after Edward Norton was like, no, I don't want to be a bitch. He is.
Like Terrence
Don't get me wrong, I love Edward Norton.
Me too.
As an actor, fantastic fucking actor. But this kind of thing pisses me off. Anyways, that was just random fun fact news. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got you. Also, they said there is another news we got is also there's, I guess, the Oscar award-winning producer from Avatar swapping with another person that's doing the shit that we're going to talk about later. So there's a producer who went from Avatar into the thing that we're going to talk about.
Oh, the trailer?
Yep.
You're saying like it's a secret. Everybody knows.
Okay.
Spider-Man trailer.
I'm trying to
come on.
Okay.
Now.
I'm trying to be like mysterious. Damn. Anyway, yeah. The look you gave.
Applications.
That's it.
Apply today.
So I don't know this name. It's like Maroon or Moran, but basically the producer.
Moran. Okay.
Yeah, basically going to. Let's see, you'll be like that. Throw my phone at you. Bam! Like throw him, catch it back.
Look, it's not my fault the dude's name's Moron.
Moron. It's not. I know that's not his name. I know it's not, but it sounds so like Moron. That's awful. We shouldn't laugh at that. That's a real.
I will laugh at anybody's name.
That's a real person's name. He's like, yo, your name's Moron. You stupid. Like, oh shit.
It's Dumas.
Oh god. Maru. Nope. That's.
Would you like to point the phone at me so I can read his name, sir?
That's a she. That's what's so bad.
Cinematographer is Oscar winner Mauro Fiorin.
There you go. See, that's why I need this dude. This is why he's the best of the best, like Men in Black. I hire you. I hire you for this shit.
Just remember, I make this look good.
All right, I make this shit. Put the glasses. I make this shit look good. The last two you ever wear. But you know, how you feel that Avatar, which
we're not hosting an intergalactic kegger down here. Sorry.
We're terrible.
Look, you brought it up, okay?
I didn't mean to bring it up. We started
fault.
with Moron. We just kept going.
It's your fault. Keep going.
Use the legs. It's a squid. I'm sorry. Anyway, how do you feel about the Avatar produced? I'm gonna watch. You don't watch that when I get home. How you feel about the Avatar produced or Oscar Ward? She's an Oscar winner. Going to Avatar, replacing Samus McCarvey for Spider-Man No Way Home. So how do you feel about that? Like, I guess
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't know who any of these people are.
Well,
I have no clue what they did for either of these movies.
They made cinematography for Avatar.
So? I don't even like that movie.
It's okay. It's too goddamn long.
It's long. It's boring.
I didn't think it was
it's
that boring.
stupid.
I don't think it was that. It has some moments that I was wondering. You start scratching your head and
the fight scenes were cool.
You know, the fight scenes.
The character building scenes were not.
Well, there's times you.
And I don't give a fuck about Sigourney Weaver.
Damn, not Alien.
Definitely not alien.
Oh, I forgot you told me about that shit. Yeah, you're not really a big fan.
I'm not an alien fan.
Which is, I mean,
It's sci-fi horror. I don't like sci-fi horror.
Sci-fi horror.
Love horror.
But sci-fi.
I love sci-fi.
But you don't like it.
But not together.
But that's what makes Alien dope.
We're all trapped on this ship.
And they all
That's
get
what
picked
every
off.
single one of them. We're trapped on this ship.
They all get picked off one by one. It's like, where'd Nick go?
Do not get me wrong. There's some cool scenes in it.
Oh yeah, with that. And
Like
the grab.
the fucking, you know, the
Oh,
fucking
with
chest
the
burst.
oh, hey,
Dope.
he was filming in the
Dope.
kitchen and the shit popped out. But yeah, that is all I got. That's it. That was the last bit of awesome news.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't that much.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me tell you how you've been fucking up, because I got tons of news that
Where
you
the
didn't.
fuck
I
did
am
you-
kidding.
I know you. I was like,
I have
where?
not looked up any news.
I
You're
was like,
safe.
bitch, where? Enlighten me.
All right.
I was ready for it. I was so ready. I was like, where?
Where's the news?
Where's the fucking
Show
news?
me the news.
Show me the news.
All right. So next thing we're gonna go ahead and jump into, the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer got leaked. I watched the leak.
Yeah, that's
Had no clue what the fuck was going on because the video was terrible.
Yeah. You showed me the leak, and then I showed before the trailer even popped out. Then you came and said, "Route."
The trailer's out.
Right, because I watched the.
It was the next day.
Right, because you was telling about the leak, and I was like, "This is fuzzy as shit," or this is not fuzzy, but this is. So this was behind the scenes.
Like the leak that they showed was before they added all the special effects in, so it was like a bunch of like computer drawn buildings in the background.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, this is pretty lame.
I was like, "This behind the scenes? Like, what type of trailer?" I mean, it is a trailer. It's like this behind the scenes shit. I love it. Good shit, guys.
And like you could barely hear what anyone was saying.
No, yeah, it was like.
So it was kind of like you might as well have not even seen it.
Right.
And then the next day, which I'm pretty sure it got leaked because they were dropping it the next day.
Right.
Because I think they were planning on dropping it the next day from the very beginning.
Right, exactly.
Do you guys hear that? That's my kitty. She's saying hi. That's Persephone.
Persephone tried to
tried
bite
to-
me, and I started laughing. I said, "Oh, it went right after my foot. You're an adorable little thing, aren't you?"
Right. So then they released the trailer the next day. The trailer was absolutely fantastic, guys. Like,
Dude.
I'm pretty sure everybody that's listening to this, all three of you,
And you two, Apocalypse, you're fucking awesome.
that's one of the three.
That's one of the three. And my mom. Damn.
That's two of the three.
That's
Rock Pit would be number 3.
it.
Maybe DK if he's not busy.
If he's not busy, that's 4. That's it. And then Cat, that makes 5. Boom. And then, of course, your children and mom. That's it.
None of them watch it.
They don't watch it. Never mind. So Cat, that's 5. There we
She
go.
might not even watch it. She watches it every now and again.
That's like half of 5. 4.5.
4.5.
That's not bad. That's
Unless it's an earthquake. All right.
that we all want to protect
So
the kitty. It likes me more because it thinks I'm snuggy.
so we're not going to go into like super depth in like terms of
Well,
what
let me
could,
tell
what
you,
could
there's
be
50
going
Parkers. Let me just go with depth.
No, so I definitely think we're going to be getting a Sinister Six storyline.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a cross-dimensional Sinister Six. It's going to be Spider-Man and Spider-Man
And Spider-Man.
and Spider-Man
And
versus
another Spider. Let's just throw more Spider-Mans in here. Let's see what happens.
versus Electro.
Yep. Sandman.
Sandman.
Yes, yeah, look at Sandman in there. Lizard,
Goblin. Lizard. I already said Electro.
Right. Doc
Doc
bro,
Ock.
First of all, that was a hello Parker. Hey, you see him
Alfred
go
Moreno.
into right to a pose. You see how he got the iron suit?
And it's Willem Dafoe. Like, if you guys actually heard the laugh.
Yeah, that's Willem Dafoe's laugh, bro. You see the little thing.
The pumpkin bomb shows up and blows up.
Right, I like it. I was overwhelmed, bro. I was like,
I think
bruh.
Mysterio's not actually dead, so I'm pretty sure he'll come back.
You think so?
I don't think he is.
Okay.
Mysterio never died in the comics
No, shit, never. Okay, but well then
that I know of.
Right, as I was saying, like, okay,
And plus, you got to remember, dude, that's his whole thing is making you see what he wants you to see.
right. So he could be just hiding somewhere.
So he could have put up the front of him being dead,
Right,
and then never actually died.
right,
Also, who's to say that S.H.I.E.L.D. didn't pick him up? We don't know where he disappeared off to.
right.
Maybe he's picked up and being held in a S.H.I.E.L.D. facility.
And then I can also kind of piggyback on that, like, because you know with Captain America Winter Soldier, maybe that could be a whole like one of those little hologram face things. Like, I like that might be a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent dead right there.
There's also rumors that the Doctor Strange in this is not actually Doctor Strange. I think personally, if it's not Doctor Strange, I think it's Mephisto.
Yep. And then Screen Crush played it, so Mephisto conform. I said, oh my god, we were really...
No, he does that shit just to...
I know he made it hype, but it's like all this time. And then he said the bees. He said, look at the bees, look at the bees. He did the Nicolas Cage. Because everybody was so upset about WandaVision. It's like, it's Mephisto. It's like, and then you see Agatha and them going, it's like, where's Mephisto? This is bullshit. Like, they were actually getting mad about it. And it's like, well, here you go. If this is actually Mephisto, because like I said, Doctor Strange acted kind of weird, and we're like, so wait, it goes back to, because my biggest theory was, for me, is Doctor Strange captured or trapped somewhere in a multiverse somewhere, but I thought it would be Scarlet Witch to do it, and it still may be, but I'm thinking like, that is crazy, like, because when you look at the trailer, I'm like, Doctor Strange he's like, even the dude said, Wong said, don't cast a spell, he's like, wink, I'm gonna do this shit, let's go, I got you, and then of course they fuck up,
and then Peter fucks it all up. Right. But yeah, watch the trailer if you guys haven't. The trailer looks absolutely fantastic, and I don't want to spend too much more time.
Right, yeah, we gotta keep moving. But yeah, it's a good trailer, man.
The next short thing we wanted to talk about, which I don't have a whole lot to report. So the new video game from Netmarble came out for the mobile. It is called Marvel Future Revolution.
This thing's playing the fuck.
I'm not.
No.
I haven't had a chance.
Oh, right.
I've logged in. I did the intro.
Right. And then I thought you...
And I started the first outside of a world mission.
Oh, okay. Huh.
And, like, I basically log in every day to collect my daily stuff.
But you never, like, did the
But I haven't actually dived into the story yet. I've only done the very first level.
Oh, shit.
Which was the tutorial level. Well, there was the tutorial level, and then there's the first level.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't had much time to look into it.
Right.
So I'm hoping I can report more on that next week if I get some time this weekend to play it, as well as this week.
Right, because it seems like I saw the trailer, like, everybody's hyping it up, like, constantly. They're like, oh, we just had to do a upload. We got characters, everything. Like, they just like, try to hype this shit.
My biggest problem with this game is the same thing I have in terms of a problem with every mobile game, which is probably going to extremely limit my interest in it, is all these games are built around making more and more money from their players. And I get it. It's a mobile game. That's how you make your money.
Right.
It's a free-to-play, pay-to-win type of scenario. Because, like, right now, one of the things Netmarble is really good about is there are always ways to get things that you want without having to spend money. It just takes, like, a lot of grinding to do it. So, like, there's costumes in the game that
Right.
I could drop $40 now and get every Spider-Man costume in the game. But I don't want to spend $40 on fucking costumes.
Yeah.
Costumes.
Some more for you. Costumes, guys.
$40 on costumes. No, I'm good.
You don't want the 2029 999 spider?
That's one of the costumes that are a part of it.
I know, but like, you don't want that?
Not for $40, no. So chances are, I don't know how long. I might play long enough to beat the story.
Right.
And see what kind of special events they have to see what kind of. I mean, the story's cool. It's like, two worlds are merging together.
Well, yeah,
and they're gonna.
Pretty interesting.
They're going to destroy themselves, and the heroes.
What's it like? Vision sacrificed himself.
Well, yeah. So like the heroes all fail in what they're trying to do.
Right.
So Vision grabs this super powerful bomb, and it goes up and decides he's going to explode it. But as he explodes it, he uses his ability to pass through things.
Right.
But it amplifies it and causes the worlds to pass through each other, and they merge into one world. And it kind of has things that pop up, like different areas from different worlds where different things have happened. And
this is like the Multiverse of Madness. If Multiverse of Madness like really fucked up.
Right.
Like, Jesus Christ.
The story is really cool. You guys have to actually like play it to really understand what's going on.
Right. I am going to try to attempt to play it at least.
I played through the first actual level, not just the tutorial level, but the actual first level.
Right.
And it's really cool. I did it with Spider-Man. I don't know if it's the same with anybody else.
Right, okay.
And if they do, I'm curious just to see how they change the dialogue, because, like, so when I was playing through the first level of Spider-Man, you run across Green Goblin, and it refers to you as Spider, which is what he's always called Spider-Man.
Right.
And I don't know if that changes with, like, Captain America or,
like they say, hey, Cap. Like,
Captain Marvel, Storm, whoever you happen to decide to play with. Another thing I'm not a big fan of, so the game starts off with 6 people to play with.
Okay.
8 people? I think it's 8 people to play with.
Okay.
But you can only have 4 on your team starting off, and you have to unlock spots by spending money. So it's like if you want to play with the other 4 people, and I'm just saying that's just starting off.
Yeah.
They're going to add more people.
Right.
There's people, I can't stand not having every character in the game. I mean,
Right.
that's just me.
Right.
And now, and again, it's just this constant issue of like, oh, you need to keep unlocking more spots. You need to spend more money. Spend more money. Before long, you're 6 years in, you spent $700 fucking dollars. And your game's not even worth $700.
It's not worth $700. They just want your money. Well, it's damn. And I don't want to say it's.
But then people want to bitch at games like the Avengers,
right? And they talk
where
about
everything is free.
everything is free.
Other than cosmetics, you have to buy cosmetics.
Right, but you get the in-game costumes. You get Ronin, like literally as Ronin. I don't like that shit. I'm like, what? It's free. So you would rather drop? Okay, sure.
That's like all their actual story DLC
backwards.
is completely free.
The Wakanda shit's free. That shit.
Yeah.
That shit should actually be some money. Cause goddamn, that
Looks cool.
It looks cool.
I actually haven't played it.
I've seen the trailer and some clips from it. I'm like, bro, I'm surprised this is not like pay per view out this bitch.
I played it religiously for like 3 weeks.
Right.
When it first came out, and I haven't touched it since. And not that I don't want to play it. I'm actually now at that point where I feel like going back to it would be really hard, because where I was actually really good with certain characters, I haven't played it so long I don't even remember how to play the game.
Yeah, that could happen. I mean,
So,
just figure out, like, how do I hit the X button?
And I know how that feels because I actually tried to go back to playing God of War 2018.
Oh,
about
shit.
maybe about 2-3 months ago, just to play around on it, being goofy to have her watch me play through it because I know she likes the lore.
Right.
And I couldn't remember how to do shit. I had like all the powers unlocked and shit.
Wow.
And yeah, I didn't remember how
I
to
didn't
do
know that.
nothing.
I mean, I guess if you stop playing with it, you're just like, what am I doing? What am I doing? But
I just don't have that kind of time to play video games.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, check it out. It looks like it's a fun mobile game. I actually think I like it gameplay wise so far more
the
than
graphics look like it's like something that you'll see in a console. To be honest, like
I like it more than Future Fight, which is also made by Netmarble.
Right.
Gameplay wise. Now, Future Fight has hundreds of fucking characters in it.
Yes, it does.
With a lot of costumes to choose between each character, and I mean it's dope. They've put a lot of time into it. I mean it's been around for like 7-8 years.
You can tell you can just tell they took their time with. I mean they took time with this game here too, but you can just tell like really they took time with this.
And they'll do it with this too. Every couple of months they'll release a couple of new characters. That's just how these games work.
Right.
And again, it's just unfortunate that they also want a crap ton of money for shit. Like I'm sorry. Getting all of one character's costumes isn't worth $40 fucking dollars. Because then all of a sudden,
spend that.
Because then all of a sudden you're talking about 8 characters starting off at $40 a piece. Fuck, dude, that's.
What do you say? 8? So that's about what, $320?
Yeah, something like that.
Around that area plus tax.
And that's just for costumes. That's not including everything else you got to try and get in the, like fuck that, dude.
Right,
Kiss my
they
ass.
might put their own DLC in there, but that's gonna be 50-50.
No. The characters will always be included. Will be free, but it'll always take like a lot of doing shit in game to be able to unlock them, and that's just how they are. It's cool if you're the type of person that likes to sit there and just play one game for 12 hours a day.
Right.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can give you an hour a day.
I'll give you 30 minutes.
I can do more than that.
That's what she said. Giggity. That's what she said.
If I get bored of your game in 30 minutes, I'm uninstalling it.
just like whoop, trash. All right, he got rid of that game. Shit, that shit was ass.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this. We're now going to jump into the episode review of What If Season 1, Episode 3. What if the world lost its mightiest heroes, which was a very interesting episode.
Bro.
Interesting episode. Before we get into details.
Yeah.
Here's the cast, the voice actors, so to speak. Nick Fury, once again reprised by Samuel L. Jackson.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Hank Pym, / Yellow Jackets, reprised by Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
Black Widow is being played by a female by the name of Lake Bell. I've never heard of Lake Bell before. She did a great job, though.
Yeah, she really picked that voice perfectly.
Mick Wingert came back as Tony Stark.
Right.
He was Tony Stark. This is the first time we've seen Tony Stark in this series so far.
Right.
But I think he's going to be the person that plays the voice of Tony Stark for the rest of it.
Right.
Whenever Iron Man shows up.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Agent Coulson was reprised by Clark Gregg.
Clark Gregg. Hey.
The moment I heard his voice, I was like, "Oh, they got him back." I'm surprised he
For the
didn't
love
go,
of
nah,
God.
fuck you guys. You guys pretty much made my show worthless.
Right. Just like, nah, I'm just gonna sit this one out. Like, you gonna sit this one out? Are you not gonna? Like,
Right.
no, I'm not gonna do it.
But I was excited to see him.
God, hope he comes back into the MCU. Jesus Christ, man. Get
Brock
this man.
Rumlow was reprised by Frank Grillo.
Yep.
Jeremy Renner came back as Hawkeye. They had a new lady as the voice of Betty Ross, which I feel like was appropriate since Bruce Banner technically was different from the original movie.
Right.
But Stephanie Panicello was Betty Ross's voice acting. Mark Ruffalo obviously was Bruce Banner's voice
I
actor.
was like, hey, there he is.
So it was really cool to see,
Majority of the
him
cast
back.
of the Avengers here.
Tom Hiddleston came back for Loki.
Hey, glorious purpose. Let's go.
Mike McGill came back for General Ross.
Yeah.
Jamie Alexander came back for Lady Sif for the one voice or for the one line she said in the entire show.
That was perfect, though. I said, hey, that's my... Shiza! That's my... Hey, you just pay that man to do one line. God,
Right.
Thank you. That's
And
a
then
cup of coffee.
whoever Alexandria Daniel is, she did the voice for Carol Danvers.
Right,
at the end.
because Brie Larson... Yeah, she's one of the ones that did not come back to voice their character. Or,
She might not have even been asked.
as well.
Because I know, like, Batista said he wasn't asked for Drax's roles, which... I don't know. Why would people care so much? I don't know.
That's... Yeah, no,
Maybe people just didn't think he could voice act very well. Who knows? But yeah, that's all. I stopped at that. There were more. I left off the Watcher this time. He's played by that same dude every episode.
Except now he's everywhere.
Yeah, now he's everywhere. But yeah, so one of the cool things, just kind of going over some pros. Okay, I'm actually going to start with the cons
All right.
because it's a much shorter list.
Okay.
As with every episode, and will be for every episode, lip movement is terrible.
He's gonna make fun of that lip movement forever.
I am.
That is not.
Your characters still look like a bunch of Muppets. One.
Like, is that what he's supposed to be saying? I'm like, okay, cool.
That was Sesame Street, though. That wasn't actually a Muppet.
Nope. That was that. Nope.
I mean, they are Muppets for characters.
I was about to say
cartoon
Gonzo, but
characters,
that's
no.
not.
Anyways.
That's not Muppets. That's their ways.
Anyways. And I actually did have an extra con on this
Okay.
that I didn't have on the last one. I do feel like there were a lot of moments in this episode that were a lot slower paced than the last episode. Like, the last episode seemed to be kind of consistently moving.
This one kind of like.
And this one had some start and stop moments. They
And
weren't
I-
bad
and
by
I get
any
to
means.
kind of, explain the story here a little bit, but yeah.
Like I said, they weren't bad. It just didn't feel as fluent as the last episode did.
Right. Maybe because it was just Black Panther.
Those were my cons. That was all I got for you.
I never really had, except like the little voice slipping was a little weird. And Jeremy Renner, he's my con too, just a little bit. Like, I don't know. Like you said, it's like with Sebastian Stan, but with Sebastian Stan, I like Sebastian Stan from the first episode of What If. Whereas Jeremy Renner, it's like, that's Jeremy. I mean, I don't know. Like, it sounds off.
That's because he's not in enough things to really have a solid feel for.
Right? He's like, sir, I'm like, what? Like, that's Jeremy. Like, because if you weren't telling me that, I'm like, that's Jeremy Renner. I'm like, huh? Okay.
Right.
Because usually he has like a very strong voice, and here it's like kind of, I don't know, like it seems like he's laid back, chilling, like, I got my macchiato, let's go.
Right.
And greenlit that voice. But that's my only really concern or con from that, just Jeremy Renner's voice.
So, going into the pros, so this was actually a retelling of Fury's Big Week, which is weird.
Yeah.
So, this What If is actually covering a comic book.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this didn't actually happen. All this stuff, all his recruiting everyone did not actually happen in the movies.
Huh.
At least the way they're showing what happened.
Right.
There was a comic that did come out that was canon with the MCU called Fury's Big Week.
Wow.
And that's what this episode is based around.
Right, okay. And they keep repeating, there was an idea. He's like, yeah, I wrote the motherfucking thing.
It's like, I wrote it.
I wrote it, bitch.
He jumps like towards the middle of the episode. Slow down. All right.
I love it.
So, we basically start off with Tony Stark getting killed.
Yeah, well, it's like round Iron Man 2, literally.
Yeah, they pick up pretty much like right in Iron Man 2 when Fury stops.
Eat the donut. Get off the donut and all that shit.
Yeah. And Tony's dying from his
illness because it's killing the art reactor's killing him.
And when Black Widow goes to inject him with the thing that's supposed to stabilize him for a little bit so he can think try and figure out what he's going to do.
Hey, that shit threw me off, bro. I was like, what?
He ends up dying.
He's like, and then you can just see Black Widow's voice slowly start
right
down because he's just dying. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like, did you really kill him? Black Widow? Damn.
Well, and here's the thing. I knew from that moment she was set up.
Yeah.
Now I had no clue by who.
Right.
I was actually kind of. We'll get there.
Right.
But yeah, I had no clue by who at this point.
Because he was just, and then he just fell, and that's it. Boom. Next day, let's go. And it was going
right.
like days too.
But then like Fury ended up breaking her out.
Well, yeah, because he said like obviously something popped off, something wrong. So yeah.
Right. He knew something was up.
Right.
So then Thor ends up getting killed when he's trying to get his hammer because Hawkeye. It's that moment where Hawkeye's got the arrow pointed on him.
Take the shot. This is from Thor 1. I didn't even know Hawkeye was in the movie until I had to rewatch. I said, "Oh, that's Hawkeye." And he took the shot.
And he's like, you know,
I never missed.
I need you. I need to know what you want me to do. And in the actual movie,
right.
Fury tells him to stand down, and he does.
Right.
Well, instead in this,
he lets it go.
The arrow fires.
Right. And he said, I never miss. Because they don't. Because he said, hey, I'll take the shot if you want me to. I'll kill that motherfucker, bro.
But the thing is, he didn't actually let go.
No, he didn't. It was like a flash of light at first. I was like, well, what happened? Like,
yeah, Jesus. Lightning struck.
And then you just see the arrow, like, literally leave. I said, okay, damn.
So Hawkeye gets framed, but then Hawkeye's killed in his cell, which I knew that was going to happen.
I knew that was going to happen. But damn, he was just, like, sleeping, and I'm like, oh, my God. Bitch, what?
They're like, check to see if it was a cyanide pill.
Right. He took the pill. He's foaming at the mouth.
We did get a cool scene after that, though, where Coulson was sniffing Thor.
Yeah, he said he smells good.
He's like, even in death, he smells like flowers.
He smells like flowers.
I don't remember what kind of flowers. It was a specific flower.
Right, and then Nick Fury's like, please stop touching the man. He's gone.
And he's like, he's dead. No, actually, so Fury breathes in, too.
Right.
If you remember, he's standing there, and he's like, you're right.
He's like, that worked. Cool. But, yeah, this whole thing is crazy because, like, each Avenger is just...
Yeah, they're getting knocked the fuck off.
And this is, like, in a week that this is going on. What the fuck, man?
So, Widow ends up finding Betty Ross.
Yep.
Who basically tells her that there's something more technologically wrong with the syringe.
Right, because the antidote never came out.
Right.
So, we knew that was a setup anyway.
Right. And basically at that point was like, I work in biology, I don't deal with tech, I'm no longer going to help you because there's nothing she can do.
Right.
Which it was actually really cool to see him back at the college campus.
Lost his shit.
And then like you actually seen the hat and whatnot from the pizza company that he works for in the movie.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to see all that.
Call back to the Incredible Hulk. I like that. That's good.
So then we see Loki, the Warriors 3,
bro,
and Sif show up.
When he came down to
with
a vengeance.
Avenge Thor.
Yeah,
and
that was interesting.
Fucked some shit up.
I never thought Loki avenging Thor.
Unless now he just has a reason.
Right.
Here's the thing. He's always cared for his brother.
Right. Huh.
He just didn't like him.
He didn't like him.
He didn't like that he was never going to be seen in the same eyes as his brother.
Right. It was, I don't know, like, that was kind of interesting, because he came in like, I'm here to avenge it, and he went, Cosmic Q, freeze everything. Like, oh my God. Because, bro.
Although this has my favorite part of the entire episode. Which was Fury's phone ringing every time Thor tried to talk.
Right.
Thor would say something, and then the phone would start ringing, and he'd stop. And finally, he's like,
you mean Loki was talking? He's like,
oh, yeah, Loki.
He's like, I am the prince. And he's like,
you gonna get that?
You gonna get that? He said, yeah, what? He said, I got a problem. Well, I have a bigger problem. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's like,
she's like, well, I'm surrounded by, it was Black Widow.
Right.
And she's like, I'm surrounded by Ross, 6 snipers,
right,
and a couple of tanks. And he's like, oh, I've got
aliens and mystical
alien something. I don't remember how, alien warriors or some shit like that.
Like she said,
she goes,
it's a party up in here. Like,
she goes, show off.
Show off. Like, it's like, we got a problem. Well, because if you don't got no Avengers to kind of help you, you're literally left with nothing. So you can't have nobody help you. It's kind of crazy. It makes you wonder in the MCU, if Thor did die, would he have came down and... No?
Probably.
You think so? You think he would have came down, like, and plot revenge like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It was an excuse to take over. That's all it is. It's an excuse to take over.
Just to take over.
Because, like,
Right.
before, because this is something the dude from Screen Crush is 100% right about.
Okay.
He tried to stage Asgard being overrun
Right.
as an excuse to take out Jotunheim,
Right.
and he didn't get permission from his dad.
Right. Okay.
So in this situation,
This
if
was
Thor's
a
killed
kill.
on Earth, Odin would be mad enough. He'd be like, "All right, go."
Right. So okay. So he sent. I mean, okay. So he sent him down there along with the damn destroyer, which that was one of my favorites. So, who you might be? That look, that fire look like. Do you really want to become a barbecue, sir? Please don't fuck with this thing. Please don't do this.
Right.
Cause I thought he was gonna just fry his ass right there. Well, roll credits. That is the Avengers Initiative dead. Everybody gone.
So then next we get to see Hulk die,
Yeah, that was.
which was really cool. He gets shot.
And you said he just hit his heart. But I swear I thought he threw like those little blue chips to like grow you.
I mean, he might have,
Right.
but I've never seen growth in anything cause something to explode. That's my only problem.
Okay. Because how he went, he was like just kept growing
But he did explode,
and green blood,
which was really cool.
He was like ah, and then you see Betty. She's like Banner, and she was just running, and then it's like no,
He doesn't die.
He
He does
die.
today,
He
chica.
does today, bitch. He's gone. He's gone.
So yeah, we got to see Hulk get killed. Fury eventually convinces Loki to chill. Ha. Oh yeah, it was a joke
Yeah. He did.
because he was using the ice coffer thing.
Right. He's like, chill.
The Casket of Winters, I think is what it's called.
Oh, I thought it was the Cosmic Cube.
No.
I've been calling it that the whole fucking time.
I know.
Sorry. Thanks for letting me do that. This is why this
You're
is
welcome.
awesome.
No, the Cosmic Cube didn't have the powers to. Well, he never actually had the Cosmic Cube in the movies,
Right.
and they're only going to have things that are in the movies in the show.
Right. Okay. So what?
But it was the Casket of Winters.
Casket of Winners.
That was the thing that he.
in Earth's Mightiest Heroes that they open up the whole. Thing
Well,
or snow.
Well, no, it's the thing that if you remember correctly, there's a point in time where Loki grabs it because no one's supposed to be able to hold it unless you are an ice giant or a frost giant.
Oh,
And-
Thor 1.
And
Yeah,
he grabbed it
did.
in Thor 1 and he turned
he
completely
turned
blue. And that's
blue.
when he realized he was actually a frost giant.
Right, adopted.
Because that's right before him and Odin get into that huge argument.
Which I like that. That was one of Tom Hiddleston's best. He's like, I'm not your son. I'm like, oh my god, this was a very compelling fucking moment up in here. And then that's when Odin was like, slowly. He's like, I can't take this shit. I am an old man. I am dying, bro. I gotta sleep.
You're becoming the death of me.
Right. Literally. And he couldn't even fight back. Oh god, but yeah.
But no, so he convinces Loki to hold off. Loki basically gives him through the night.
Literally. To find whoever did this. He said, sure.
Widow is looking on a computer and
Back turn.
Huh?
Her back was turned. I'm like, you already know this is about to be just all bad. Come on now. This is in horror movies. You don't let your back turn something.
Now this part's funny because I thought when she calls up Fury and leaves a message because he doesn't answer.
Right.
And she says it's hope. It's all about hope. Except I didn't hear hope. I heard Hulk.
Right.
So I'm sitting there like, okay, so somebody died 2 years ago that's a female that accessed these things today
Like
that has to do with the
badass.
Hulk. I'm like, who in the Hulk?
Who in the Hulk is the Hulk?
Or, who in that show had it? And honestly, one of the first names that came to mind was General Ross, but I was like, yeah, it's not a female.
Right.
So who the fuck else could it be?
And see, he thought that. I'm thinking like, who the hell is Hope? And I'm like, wait. We're not talking about Hope. We're not talking about Wasp, are we? I said, oh, we are. Shit.
Well, see, now the first time I actually heard Hope, which was in the next scene,
Right.
I knew 100% that's who we were talking about.
Right. I just didn't know who the hell Hope was at first. I really was drawing
So-
like a blank here. I was like, wait, who the hell is Hope?
So I'm still sitting here trying to think of Hulk, and then all
Right.
of a sudden, Black Widow starts getting her ass beat, and then my first thought was Ghost. Ghost is here?
That, you know what? It was either going to be Wasp or Ghost. Cause I said it's just one of these two, and I just like it was so much. I was like, it was one of them twists that's like,
I was like, how does Ghost have this ability to and why would she just start?
I thought Ghost can only phase through shit.
Right.
I didn't know she had that super strength too.
Like I said, I was super confused.
He was like, it's Hope. It's almost Hope. So you said Hope. I'm like, Hope. I'm like, who the fuck is Hope? I was about to text you. Who is Hope, bro?
So in the next scene, there's actually a part where you see Fury. He's listening on the phone, and again, I'm still hearing Hulk.
You keep hearing Hulk. I thought that's funny.
And I'm just like, this doesn't make any fucking sense.
He said Hulk. And see, I know she was saying Hope. I just didn't know who the hell Hope was, but he's saying Hope.
He goes out to his car,
right,
and he's getting ready to leave, and he says, because he when he was inside the diner, he had said something about there is one more Avenger, and I hear him go, she might be our only hope.
Right, and
then he goes, Hope. And at that moment, I'm like, oh, he's saying Hope, and he's probably talking about Hope Van Dyne.
Yeah, fuck, I didn't know who the hell that was at first. I said, what? I like, wait.
Yeah,
that's why it threw me off.
As soon as I heard the word Hope correctly.
Because you kept hearing Hulk, I was like,
oh.
I was like, what the hell is wrong with you, man? Where do you hear Hulk at?
Right.
Literally. Unless that voice was super low. She was like, it's Hope before she got dragged into whatever the fuck. I'm like, okay. I just didn't know who the hell Hope was. And I was like, damn, bro, Ralph, come on. You see Marvel movies. Talking about the Wasp, goddammit.
And dude, when he pulls out the pager.
Oh, yeah, when when he drove up to talk to the dude. Yeah.
He pulls out the pager.
He was like, is that a pager?
Coulson goes, is that a pager? From the 90s, like, from really?
The 90s. You knew where this... It just goes back to what he...
Like, the moment he reached into the glove compartment, I knew what he was grabbing.
Right, as a pager. He wasn't grabbing a gun. He can't fight something like that with a gun. It's like, it all goes back to Endgame or Infinity War. He's like, mother... And then you hear him click the button and he just gets dissolved.
But nah, so he pages Carol Danvers.
Right.
Now, this is one of my favorite parts. So then he goes and meets up with Loki.
Yeah. He's like, we'll talk to your boss.
Yeah, well, he meets up with the Destroyer. He doesn't actually... Well, technically, he would meet up with Loki after, but we don't get to see that.
Right. I wish I'd seen that. That would have been interesting.
Well, no, because I knew what they were doing. As soon as he went to go see Loki, I immediately was like... I even looked at Kat. I said, Loki's going to pretend to be Nick Fury to catch...
See, I didn't see that until after I saw the ice stuff. I saw, that's Loki, bro.
To catch Ant-Man. And at this point, I knew it was going to be Ant-Man.
Well, yeah, when you said Hope, and I'm like, oh, that's it then. Shit. Game over. We knew who it was then.
And, Loki goes out. He does his pretending to be...
And that laugh. You can't get
And it's like, the first moment that... Like, because I was pretty sure that was the plan. I was like 95% sure. And the moment I just knew that was going on was... when Ant-Man was punching.
Yeah.
And Nick was just blocking all anime style.
And
I was like, that's not Nick Fury. I was like, that's definitely Loki.
And then Ant-Man was like, man, you're pretty smug for an old man. I'm like, because that is not Nick Fury. He's over like, he's literally punching. He can actually see him
right
as he's going toward him. But yeah.
And what's cool is this whole fight takes place over Hope's grave.
Yep. Because I guess this is the universe where not only at time the wife died and Hope died, so that's crazy.
Well, the wife didn't die.
Well, yeah, that's at the time.
She shrunk down really tiny,
low, and got lost. But then, like I said, time for Ant-Man 2. This whole universe said, well, he lost both his people. Like at least in the MCU before Ant-Man 2. He just lost a wife, and it's like, bro, could you imagine losing both your wife and bro? Like, dude, I can see him just going through a moment right there too. That's like a depression right there alone. So he just said, "Fuck, you ruin my big day, I'm gonna ruin your big day." It's the big day,
right? So then he wins. Loki decides he's gonna stick around a little longer.
He said, "How long?" Next day,
Loki goes ahead and takes over the world with the help of Asgard.
Yeah, because I was like, in my mind, at the time I didn't know what was going on with Carol Danvers. I was like, oh shit.
And then Carol shows up.
Right.
After it's all said and done.
Right, without May 4th, 2012, that's it then. Like, damn. I mean, he said...
For those of you that don't know what May 4th, 2012 is, that is the day the Avengers came out.
Right, just in case if you guys don't know what I'm
He doesn't call it the Avengers. He calls it May 4th, 2012.
I'm going to call it that because that is my birthday. I'm a Taurus, by the way. Anyway,
literally 0 people care. That's okay. I don't care what I am either, guys. That was not me being a dick to him at all.
It's okay. I'm gonna honor your birthday, bro.
I don't. Don't bother. No,
But yeah,
so
since the Avengers that show, I'm like, bro, what?
all the Avengers are dead except for Carol. And then this was the final day, which was the day that they do find Captain America frozen in ice. So it's basically going to be Captain Marvel, Captain America working together, probably to try and stop Loki.
And then even though like the Watcher just keeps getting closer and closer and closer to eventually he might just show himself literally in one of these like multiverses because it's so ominous. It's like ominous-ing that he's literally just watching. Because he wasn't watching before the first 2 episodes, it was like wait now it's like you know when you see it's like it's getting closer eventually like he might just appear in one of these episodes. It might do some shit. Which he said that he's not supposed to do some shit, but in the comics
Wait, what are we talking about?
I said in the first 2 episodes like he was talking, but he was never really like there.
When did we even get into the Watcher?
What do you mean?
You just started out of nowhere.
I said because the Watcher is slowly like appearing. Because I said the first 2 episodes he wasn't there.
Now, so here's the thing. I don't necessarily think that was one of the things I had under other topics.
Right, as I said, see, yeah. I know what I'm talking about, goddammit.
No, you just jumped right into it.
Yeah, I jumped right
and
into
I have no clue where the fuck it came from.
I was saying like in one like in this scene like the Watcher just kept showing up, and as I said, eventually he's going to actually appear in one of these universes. I don't know which one.
So they're showing him. I love the art direction they went with this episode with him because they actually do show him actually watching.
Right, watching. I'm like, damn, he was in the first 2 episodes.
He was, but he wasn't. So I don't think he's like getting closer. A lot of people seem to think it's like, oh, he's going to interfere in one of the next couple episodes. I don't think that's going to happen at all. Like, if it does, it'll be towards the end.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay,
if
what if?
Because these are just what if episodes,
right?
That are actually have no bearing really on anything except for we might get a cool couple cameos later on down the line. Although I would still really, really like Captain Carter to be an actual thing.
They said that is rumored. They did say that is rumored.
But no, so art direction wise, it was really cool to finally just get to see the Watcher being involved as opposed to just doing the intro.
Right, that's kind of ominous, like how he's just watching it. I'm like, that's kind of
that I now, by the way, skip when I can.
You did what?
I skip the intro.
Oh yeah, well yeah, I skipped the intro. Yeah, I don't care about that. I mean, I do care, but it's.
The first other topic I did want to talk about, I absolutely love Phil Coulson's password.
Oh, was like Captain.
It's Steve. I heart Steve 0704.
Steve, because he said like in the Avengers, you were my best, you were my favorite. I'm like, damn, he was like actually in love with this like character.
You know what this does mean though? Coulson doesn't get killed by Loki.
Right.
Avengers never happened.
Please bro. I know Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. is gone, everything's gone, but please at least get Phil Coulson back. Because damn, like the first season of Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., that at least was on point, but it'd be nice to see him in the MCU, besides animation.
Right. Alright, so the last thing I have to talk about this episode was actually brought up by Ryan Airy over in Screen Crush again. And it was the idea that Alexander Pierce could be behind Hope's death. So he could have gotten Hope into whatever predicament she was in and got her killed. Because if you remember, they said that she was killed just outside of... it's where Stark's parents were killed.
Oh, at the high... the little... No, not the highway, but the street. Follow the street.
Well, he didn't say street name, though.
No.
He just said right outside of whatever the city name was.
Right.
I just don't remember what the name of it is. But he mentions that's where Hope got killed.
Right.
Which kind of implies that she was killed instead of the Starks. Or, more importantly, she might have been killed by what killed Stark's parents, which would have been Winter Soldier. Because Winter Soldier was working for Pierce directly.
Right, so this is now...
So they're saying...
Winter Soldier is still roaming around.
Right.
In this universe, at least.
So they're saying, possibility, he had Hope killed because he knew he could use that to get... Hank Pym to come out and kill off the Avenger Initiative because the Avenger Initiative itself puts a huge dent in Pierce's plans.
Right.
Because he's trying to, with Hydra, take over S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right. Again, everybody's trying to take over S.H.I.E.L.D. God damn it.
So he's thinking... Now, obviously, he doesn't know what the future holds because this is just a different universe.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like he knows if he takes out all these individual heroes, that takes away the Avenger initiative. They're not really going to be able to use superheroes to protect themselves. Now, I will say, by the way, I absolutely loved the way Hank Pym decided to kill everybody. I thought it was very well done.
He showed like little snippets how he was doing it.
So they did go through and show how he did it. So the first one, again, going back to Iron Man,
right?
It was really cool to see how he was hiding inside of the needle.
In the needle, yep.
And went in himself and killed him.
Right.
And then the next death
was like Thor.
Was Thor.
Right.
And what had happened there, Hawkeye did have the arrow drawn.
It's like he tapped him,
but Ant-Man jumped into his finger, right, which caused him to let go.
Right.
So that killed Thor.
Because you didn't see because that lightning was like in a way, but now you see where it went right through. Yep.
He ended up entering into Hawkeye's body while Hawkeye was locked away.
Right. Gave him something. Killed him instantly.
Right. He also was in the bullet that they shot Hulk with.
Oh God, that was so crazy.
And grew and enlarged, or just exploded. Who knows?
We don't know. And then
but killed Hulk.
Goddamn.
And then found Black Widow and killed Black Widow just straight up.
Damn. I ain't gonna lie, that's a awful. At least I say Hulk's death would kind of be awful. I was gonna say Black Widow's death because it's like, damn, you
Hulk's would have been quick. He'd have felt some pain. But then he'd have exploded, and it had been over.
Okay. Well, yeah, okay.
Black Widow got her ass beat.
Yeah. Okay, so... Okay. Because I was thinking Black Widow's death, because I'm like, Jesus Christ.
If there's anybody's that I would want... if there's anybody's that I would want, it would have been Thor's. Just an arrow straight to the heart. Gone. Would have taken maybe 3 minutes to bleed out and die.
And I'm like, damn... Thor, aren't you supposed to be like some... Oh, he didn't have the hammer. Fuck.
He was also immortal.
Fuck. He was also immortal. God damn. Oh, wow.
Because that was right after...
He got banished.
Odin cast him out of...
Because I'm thinking to myself...
Asgard.
This arrow killed you, Thor? The fuck, bro? And I'm like, he didn't pick the bitch up.
And he wasn't dying to protect anybody. He ended up just dying because he was trying to grab his hammer and was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay, so yeah, Thor would probably be the worst. Way to go out, because at least... fuck, man.
Or maybe Jeremy Renner's. I don't know what Hawkeye's death actually was.
Oh, okay. Man, these deaths were crazy. I'm like, bro, he was just...
So, here's my biggest problem with this episode. I saved this con specifically for last because it does drop it down a point.
Okay.
Specifically for me. Mm. Of all the episodes so far, I feel like this is one episode I never want to see again.
Why? Well, I mean, guess no care for it.
Because here's the thing. Captain Carter at least gave us a new character.
Yeah,
Captain Carter.
Right. Herself.
And we got to see Steve do something completely different with being the first Iron Man, basically. So forth and so on. And then, the second episode
was T'Challa.
Was T'Challa.
He's just his own character.
Being who he is.
Right. Wow. Yeah, this
episode didn't really add anything.
Yeah.
It just took things away.
It's more of like, damn, this was sad. Fuck, everybody dropped.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's a cool episode, and it was cool to see everyone killed off.
It was like depressing. Like, damn, bro, everybody got drawn off. Like, okay.
But at the same time, it's just like, as an over and above all episode, and I didn't realize this. Like, the first time I watched it, I came to work and I was talking to you. I was super stoked. I was like, dude, this is fucking dope.
Yeah.
The second time I watched it, after rewatching it...
I watched it 3 times already, too.
The second time I watched it, I was kind of going through it going,
Yeah. Well, because you already... It's like...
Because this episode's definitely built on the surprise at the end.
Right.
Watching it and being like, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? And then all of a sudden you find out it's Hank Pym. Oh my God, it's Hank Pym. Yeah. But then going through and rewatching it a second time after knowing who it is.
Yeah, that's kind of...
You're just kind of like, Whereas the other episodes, they're a different kind of story. It's not like a whodunit. It's more of action doing what it is that they do. What is this character
who changes the story? Right.
So, at the end of the day, I do think this is probably the worst episode of the 3 so far.
I give it
Which
average.
I know Blue Archer would disagree with me because Blue Archer liked this episode more than the other 2.
Really?
Blue Archer didn't like... You know who I'm talking about, don't you?
No.
He's one of Iz's buddies.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
But
he just didn't like the first
He didn't like the first 2 episodes. I loved the second one.
Yeah.
I thought the first one was okay. Like, the first one's good. The second one was great.
This was like,
and this one's just okay.
Right, I said it was average to okay. Cause that's the ending. The ending was cool. Like when she said "hope before she died," I was like, "Wait, what? Like, wait, the wasp? Like, hold on, fam. What? Like, how that happened?"
But what this also does, something else I didn't write down that I just thought about. Each episode so far has ended with a character kind of being highlighted at the very end.
Right.
So the first one was Captain Carter.
Right.
The second one was
T'Challa
as Star-Lord.
Right.
And this one was Captain Marvel. So I do think we're heading towards the Guardians of the Multiverse.
Right.
And we've now got 3 of our characters that are going to be involved.
Right.
And like I said, it's not a bad episode by any means.
Yeah, no.
If you haven't seen it and we just completely ruined it for you, go ahead and watch it anyways. It's still at least worth watching.
At least watch it, yeah.
It's just one that I'm not. I don't have any interest in seeing again. It's the Guardians of the What If for me. Yeah. I'm kidding. I actually really like Guardians, guys. Like, I give it a lot of shit. Don't get me wrong. It's still a good movie.
I will always praise Guardians 1 all day.
But I will always publicly shit on it because I want all the heat. Give me all the smoke. Give me all the smoke.
From all 3 of you, smoke this dude. Even you smoke him.
But yeah. So over and above all, I give this episode a 7.
I gave it an 8. Give it an 8. Because episode 2 was always going to be number 1 for me.
I gave it an 8 at first until I made it through the second watch, and I was like, I got to drop it down a point. Just already knowing the plot twist at the end kind of took the rest of it away from me. Right. It wasn't as interesting to watch the second time.
Right.
Shout out again to Screen Crush's Ryan Airy.
Yep.
For breaking his shit down really nice. Really nice.
And he likes saying, your mom.
Yeah, and this is your mom.
He said, this is your mom. I'm like, damn, all right. Like, fuck, where you covering that, bro? You'll cover my mom?
But yeah, so if you guys joined us last week, last Thursday, we did our first comic corner. This week we will have the second comic corner. We will talk more about that obviously when we get there, but it is focusing on the next 6 issues of Thor: Son of Asgard. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
All right.
This is it.
That's it. Next What If episode. I'm still predicting again. Oh yeah, what's your prediction? What episode's it going to be?
I think it's going to be the Gamora when she just follows.
I'm going to say it's Iron Man because motherfuckers.
Hey, it did, that was a bait swing. Because I thought this was the same thing. It's not. They were like completely different episodes.
I want the episode with Iron Man and Killmonger just to get it out of the way because it's probably going to be the one I'd care least about.
Why? Why did you care least about it?
Because I was heavily disappointed in Killmonger as a villain.
Yeah.
But then again, like thinking about it as well, I think this will be more his type of story for me to be entertained by. Because my problem mainly with him was him as Black Panther fighting Black Panther. It's just copycats of each. That's a copycat because they're Panthers.
Right, they're both Panthers.
Copy.
So
hey. But they're just copycats of each other.
Right. I'm a cat playing a cat Black Panther.
Which Iron Man fight Ironmonger, who's a copycat of himself.
Thor fight Loki.
Thor fought Loki. They're kind of copycats of themselves.
Yeah.
Thor fought Malekith, who's also kind of just another magical person.
But all you're saying is what? Because that's a one-off villain for real.
I actually like Malekith, if he's done correctly.
Right. He was done correctly every Mightiest Heroes.
Yes.
Yes, he was. No dead ass. Here it's like, what?
But yeah, so be sure to tune in this Thursday for the issues. We're actually going to finish Thor: Son of Asgard.
Yep.
It was only 12 episodes. We're covering the next 6 episodes, or the next 6 issues.
Right.
There. And they're actually some pretty good stories. So not as good as the film. You'll see. When we get there.
Right. I don't want to, because then he'll say, Ralph, you're jumping. And I said, I jump all the time. You just got to just roll with the punches, man.
Right. All right. So with that being said, we love you guys. Thank you all for watching. We'll see y'all next week.
And I'm going to say Excelsior.
Excelsior.
Yeah. Damn.